Well, this is not good news if your name is Kamala Harris. We're 50 something days away from the general election. In the state of Michigan, man, Trump got some very, very good news. Now, Michigan is going to be the most liberal of the three Rust Belt states out of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Because, folks, a Muslim mayor of, I believe, the most populated Muslim city in America, if I'm not mistaken, Hamtramck, Michigan. And we actually did a video on that city, what was it, last year or something like that? Because city officials started putting up pride flags. And those Muslims, extremely conservative when it comes to the alphabet mafia stuff. They said, nah, we are not having this in our city. And they actually banned pride flags. Now you actually have the mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, a Democrat, by the way, Muslim American, has now come out and endorsed President Trump. Not Kamala Harris. Nope, not Kamala Harris. This is bad news, folks. This is bad news for her. Great news for President Trump. Because, guys, if Trump actually wins Michigan, there's no doubt about it, guys. He's going to win Wisconsin and also Pennsylvania. And really, guys, those three states have voted the same way, I believe, for like the past, 20, 30 years? Remember, Trump actually broke through the blue wall in 2016. Nobody expected him to do it, but he flipped all of those states. Now, Joe Biden ended up getting those states in 2020. But man, the polling looks extremely good for President Trump. And of course, there's actually those polls out there that say that Kamala Harris is winning all these states. She's really not, folks, because we're actually going to be diving in to the polling in Michigan. This woman's in trouble in Michigan, man. The most liberal of those states, she is in trouble. And now a Democrat, mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, has now endorsed Trump. Yeah, this is not a good sign for her, folks. This is not a good sign. So let's get into it. Here we go, guys. Right here. Breaking. Democrat mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, Amir Ghalib, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, officially endorses Trump for president. And he made it pretty clear that he is supporting Trump. Now, he did say he's not sure if Trump is actually going to win the election overall, but he is throwing his support behind President Trump and not comrade Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris, man, she's all about the alphabet mafia stuff. And Muslims, they're not down with that stuff, man. They're not. Look here. It says the Democrat Muslim mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, made a surprise endorsement of Donald Trump for president on Sunday night. Amir Ghalib took to Facebook to make the endorsement. This is what he said, quote, "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, "let me be clear so our explanations are realistic. President Trump and I may not agree on everything, but I know he's a man of principles. Hamtramck is the only Muslim majority town in the U.S., so I was actually right about that. When officials with the town's Human Relations Commission flew pride flags, the city council fired them and banned pride flags on public property." But he goes on, quote, "Though it's looking good, he may or may not win the election and be the 47th president of the United States, but I believe he is the right choice for this critical time. I'll not regret my decision no matter what the outcome would be. And I'm ready to face the consequences. For this, and for many other reasons, I announce my support and endorsement for the former and hopefully the next president of the United States, Donald Trump." Now let the caravan begin this journey. This is just a starting point. Yeah. So, man, that is huge news there from the mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, man, a Democrat endorsing President Trump. Now, this is completely different, guys, than Dick Cheney or Liz Cheney endorsing Kamala Harris. Why? For one thing, this mayor actually has pull in his area. Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, they really don't have any pull. I mean, they're really preaching to the never Trumpers anyway, who are never going to vote for Trump anyway. So they're not really persuading, Republicans to abandon Trump and go and vote for Kamala Harris. They're not doing that. This guy right here actually does have some pull. It's a majority Muslim city, and we saw what those Muslims did with the Alphabet Mafia stuff. They said, no, we're not going to do this. Trump spoke to Breitbart saying, quote, "I was very impressed with him, and he was a very big fan of the Trump administration because he saw no wars. And the reason why a Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney is endorsing Kamala Harris is because they want the wars." Just that simple. Anyway, he goes on, "Outside of defeating ISIS, but I inherited that, and there were no wars. There was no October 7th. There was no Russian attack on Ukraine. He sees that, and he told me he saw a world that was at peace. Now we have a world that's going up in World War III, and I can stop that. I'm the only one that's going to stop that." Yeah, he's right. He's the only one that doesn't want war. The establishment, Republicans and establishment Democrats, they want the wars, man. They want them. It's amazing, guys, that the establishment does not want peace. But the MAGA movement wants peace. And we saw that, man. This world is on the brink right now under the Harris-Biden administration. They're weak. And our enemies actually know that, man. Xi Jinping, Putin, they don't have any respect whatsoever for Biden and Kamala Harris. And by the way, guys, Biden's not running this country. His wife, Jill Biden, was actually heading the cabinet meeting. And I don't know if Biden wasn't really there. I don't think he was. She was sitting at the head of the table. Nobody elected Jill Biden, but she's running the show. This is how bad it is, though, for Kamala Harris in Michigan with Muslims. She's not in first place. She's not in second place. She is in third place with Muslims in Michigan. Look here. This is actually from September 9th. A new poll finds a surprising presidential choice for Muslim American voters in Michigan. A new poll finds an unexpected popular choice for president among Muslim American voters in Michigan. The survey by the Council on American Islamic Relations finds 40% of Muslim American voters in Michigan say they support Green Party presidential candidate Jill Stein. Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump got 18%. And Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris got 12%. Folks, according to this poll right here, Donald Trump is up 6 on Kamala Harris with Muslims in Michigan. Now, of course, Jill Stein got the vast majority of them. This is not good. This is definitely not good news for Kamala Harris. Now, if you actually look at the polls now, real clear politics here. In aggregate, it says Harris by 1.7. And really, guys, it's really because of some of these polls right here, like Maris and Quinnipiac saying that Harris is up +5. So these numbers are definitely skewed. Okay? They're skewed. So really, guys, this, even with that, Harris 1.7, that's a disaster for her. I don't believe she's going to win Michigan with that. Because look here, guys. This is what they said Biden was doing. Now, before the election, they had Biden up 4.2. 4.2. Like a week before the election in 2020. He did not win by 4.2. The final result, 2.8. Why? Look at these polls down here, guys. They had Biden up +7 in 3 different polls. 3 different polls. Kamala Harris is not reaching Biden numbers. These 3 polls right here, man, definitely skewed the average up. Okay? Biden did not win by 7. It was 2.8. 2.8. And if you actually look at this, yeah, Michigan, not looking very good for Kamala Harris. It could actually be Trump on top. And I believe, and I've always believed, man, that he's going to win Michigan. I mean, Kamala Harris is done if she actually loses Michigan. Because there's no doubt about it, Wisconsin is definitely going to vote to the right of Michigan. And so is Pennsylvania. From what we actually understand, man, Kamala Harris, not very confident in Pennsylvania. This is why Kamala Harris has been calling for another debate with Trump. Trump said, nah, we ain't going to do that. Voting has already started. I've already debated twice. I won twice. Kamala Harris, she knows she's losing. She knows that. Forget what the polls say, man. I go into Yahoo all the time and I see, oh, Kamala Harris up by 5. Nationally, I highly doubt that. I actually do believe, man, that Trump can actually win the popular vote. Because Kamala Harris, man, is doing worse than Hillary and worse than Biden. Everybody knows, man, she's been in power with Biden for the past 4 years. I mean, they know, man, that this woman's terrible. That border's not getting better. Inflation not getting better. Nothing. So, devastating news for Kamala Harris, man. Great news for President Trump, man. Very, very good news for President Trump. We're only like 6 weeks out, man. Make sure you guys go and vote for President Trump. And bring your friends too, man. Bring your friends to vote with you. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.